Can you feel life moving through your mind? Ooh, looks like you came back for more. Yeah. Can you feel time slipping down your spine? Ooh, you're trying to ignore. Yeah. But you can hardly swallow your fears.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. What's going on, my dude, Cappy? As you guys know, as you can see, our guest host for today is my man, Cappy. What is going on, Cappy?
Wait, give me 1 sec. Hold on, I found someone to tackle.
What
Yo,
up? What
we doing?
up?
What are we doing here?
What up, brother?
Oh, Cappy's not my. Hold on, Cappy, you didn't need to do
Dude,
Alright,
so
fine.
as everybody knows, this is post PAX, so we are now officially done with PAX.
Do we have to be?
I know I'm still tired, but actually today's the first day I actually don't feel tired. So that's
That's
what's
good.
up. What's going on, Dolan? Dolan, my man, Dolan. Um, yeah. So, quick story about that hat, dude. Right. So, my kids all came on Sunday, and one of the things I allowed them to do this year that I normally don't do is I said, "Hey, you guys, we can go to the store and we can kind of grab something, and you guys can pick something from one of these booths." And he goes to the booth where Cappy was, and when I seen Cappy, I was like, "Nah, he's 100% gonna pick Cappy. Like, there's no doubt my son is gonna pick it because he
Right.
beat Mario too." And so I'm like, "This dude's gonna pick Cappy." And come to my surprise, he didn't pick Cappy.
Wow.
He actually picked. Do you watch? You into DC Comics?
A little bit.
Do you know who Zoom is?
No.
He's one of the bad guys for Flash. He's like the black. All
That
black
would
suit.
make. So he's like Black Flag.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And he took that hat, and I was like, okay, it is a fantastic hat. Actually, I was a little bit jealous. So instead of going for like gamer nerd, he went with like, yo, I'm cool. Like, I'm gonna go with like stylish nerd.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
still a nerd, still a nerd. No matter what way he would have went nerdish. So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
but
I
but
thought it was funny that I saw the Cappy because I was like, do I want to get it? Because I kind of wanted one, and
uh-huh,
I knew like it looked goofy, but I was like, screw it.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
I'm taking it anyway. I actually don't like this. This is probably why he's smirking through chat. But I got it signed by I don't know if you've heard of Elspeth.
Yes, yep.
Yep. So Elspeth signed my Cappy.
Yeah.
Because she did a meet and greet on Saturday.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Dude, I'm so pissed off. Did you know Dead Mouse was at PAX East?
I found that out like later on.
I am so pissed off. And Microsoft is the one that had him. And the only way I found out was the conference that we watched on Tuesday. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like, I had no idea
Oh,
about this. And like, oops, someone's trying to call me.
who's trying to call you? And Dwayne, why were you smirking?
Um, hold on one second.
Well, now I have to figure out why Dwayne was smirking.
Oh.
Now, and Golemboski, what's up, dude?
So, with saying that, we, as you know, as everyone knows, PCG helped with one of the PAX events, and we also
Yes.
did Anime Boston. So one of the people that were involved asked me, "Hey, who do you want as like a guest? Like, who do you want as as a performer? Like, what do you think we should get?" And one of my thoughts, like my very first thought, I was like, "Dude, Dead Mouse." Like, I've always wanted to book Dead Mouse for an event, but like, as far as I was concerned, like he doesn't live in the States. I thought he lived overseas. And if he does live in the States, I think now he's in like California or something like that. So I was like, there's no way we're gonna get this dude. I mean, I know we
Right.
had Anamanaguchi, but I was like, no way we're gonna get Dead Mouse. That is like the highest profile of profiles, right?
Right.
This motherfucker was here. So now I'm mad because I'm just like, dude, I bet you we could have booked him. Like, it probably would have been expensive, but he would have sold out on his own.
Right. Damn.
Yeah.
That is funny that he was because I just happened to catch it like one of the later days. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I
Oh,
know
well,
what Dead Mouse is. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but
That's pretty cool.
Microsoft is smart as hell to get him out here.
Right.
If you ask me, I think
Smart
that was a good
bastards.
yeah.
Finally doing something right other than producing games.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little hype about the conference that they had on Tuesday, the little direct that they did, so to speak.
Yeah. I didn't get to see a lot of it, but I know who they had Michael Ironside who played Sam Fisher.
Yep.
in
Which was
Splinter
cool.
Cell.
Which is cool.
What were they talking about? Because I know they're bringing Sam Fisher to Ghost Recon.
Yeah, so what they did is they're doing a whole like DLC pack where you can play as Sam Fisher, and not just that, like you get to play Splinter Cell missions. So like the whole missions are aimed towards Splinter Cell. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I love Splinter Cell is one of the very few Ubisoft games that I actually like.
Classic, man. It's a
Yeah.
classic. Definitely a
Splinter
classic.
Cell's awesome.
Yeah. But other than that, let's get back into PAX. We'll talk a little bit more PAX. So as anyone knows, PAX East this year was 4 days opposed to 3, and the fourth day was actually Thursday. Me and Kyle went all 4 days. I would like to give my opinion on how I felt adding a Thursday was, and I'd like you to do the same thing. But we'll start with you, and let us know. What did you think? What did you think about starting on the Thursday?
Was different. It was a little different because going in there, even like getting in there in the morning, like it didn't feel packed, like super packed as what like Friday, Saturday, Sunday felt. Because I went in there and we got there kind of late. We got there probably like 9:30, I want to say, on Thursday, 9:30 in the morning. We were like in like a later line in the outside, but like it just felt not as packed as what we're normally used to for that Thursday. But again, it's on a Thursday, which is during the week, and that's easily a work day because a lot of people's weekends pretty much start Friday.
Yep.
But like Thursday is during the week and it's on a weird day. So it didn't feel as packed on a Thursday, which in essence was kind of nice.
I agree. I 100% agree. It definitely wasn't as packed. Not that it was empty. I want to be very clear.
No. Wasn't empty.
Not that it was empty. It wasn't typical 80,000 people PAX.
Right. Yeah, it was actually comfortable that day. And the good thing is when it was like that, people still really don't know what's on the floor. So like when you find things, like certain games that probably would be packed aren't packed. So it's like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, we'll get into games anyway, but like I went to Bandai Namco and a couple of the games they had there, I was like, oh shit. I was shocked. So, and they weren't packed. So I got to play them like immediately. But like people saw Nintendo and the first thing they're thinking, right to Nintendo. They ran there. They said what they were going to show off. So people knew, and then they waited for that. So it was almost like Thursday they knew what was coming, so they went there just to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't know what's coming and you go to certain booths on the first day, like especially on that Thursday, it's very comfortable because you can get into things like, and then you may see things that you're like, oh shit, I want to play them.
Yeah. Like I went to Sony's booth and I played Detroit Becoming Human, and it was weird because there was a good amount of people there. It wasn't typical like PAX waiting line Nintendo line, but there was a lot of people, and I walked up to it and I'm kind of just like looking around and I'm just kind of like, okay, and I looked for one of the Sony people. I was like, hey, how do you get in line to play? They're like, just stand behind one of the TVs and you'll be next in line. I'm like, what? And they were like, yeah, just go right behind somebody. I'm like, okay. And then they were even like, yeah, when you see the little girl in the Android, they're like, that's how you can tell it's coming to an end. So they will like try to find one, but they just said just roam around. So I was like, okay. And then like I'm standing there and then someone came up to me like, hey, this one's ending soon. They're like, why don't you go over there for that one? I'm like, this is fantastic.
Right.
I was like, this is awesome. And I got to play it. Like, I was there for maybe like 15 minutes, not even. I was like, to me, the biggest deal at PAX, to me, for game-wise, was Detroit becoming human. I think that was the biggest game for me, only because, like, I wasn't anticipating that being there. It's still a whiles away. So like I'm like this is great. Like I get to play his game, and I was really excited about the game too. So it was a great surprise. Someone that surprised me that wasn't there was God of War, considering that it's coming out next week or the week after.
Next Friday it comes out.
Yeah.
And like we've talked about this preceding PAX.
Right.
Because like I mean I said numerous times, I'm like, God of War's got to be there. So it's 2 weeks out from PAX.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, it'll be bold if Detroit was there. I was like, it could be, but I wasn't sure. And then it was like flip flop, and I was like, oh, God of War wasn't there, but Detroit was there, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not only was Detroit there, it had its own huge thing.
Yeah.
So it made it so much easier. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Nah, I thought that was cool. So like I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed because like it's God of War is close enough that I'm just like, okay, I can wait until God of War comes out. But I was kind of like, dang, I would have loved to play it. But to be honest, like PAX, anything I've had planned for PAX, it usually goes right out the window as soon as you get there. So, I mean, like I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna meet up with Kyle. We're gonna hang out and chill, and then we seen each other Thursday, and then we were like high five, and we're like, all right, we got to go do our thing.
Yep, that was it.
And then Friday, like my mentality now with PAX, just so that way you know, and I kind of share this with people. If there's nothing there that I want to see instantly, like I'm like I don't want to wait in line for hours, but I want to see this. If there's nothing there, which in the last few years there hasn't been, I won't go there if there's a line. Now, if it was nice weather, I probably would go there before the doors opened. You know what I mean? Like if I would come early because you have to wait outside and stuff to get in, I wouldn't mind. Where we were, so there was the highway, right, that cuts across to the back side of it. Our hotel was across the street from the highway. So it takes us 5 minutes, like we have to go up a bridge and cross it. But even then, like the walk was next year, 100% I'm getting this. And if you want the place, like I'll let you know what the name of the place is. The price-wise, it worked out great. It was an awesome place. Like it was literally next to everything. And then so out our window, we could actually see the side of PAX, and we could see the line. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not standing out there in that line. It's way too fucking cold. And then I'm like, once I get inside, like I'm gonna have to stay in line too. And then I'm like, for what though? Like there's nothing that I need to see. And no, the Seaport is one of the closest. You got the Westin, and then you have the hotels now that they just added. That's across the street on the side of the building, right there. And then you have the Seaport. But to be honest, maybe only 2-minute difference between the Seaport and where I was. That's just being like maybe an extra 2 minutes, not even. And you got to understand too, Dolan, the Seaport, you're in a hotel room. Me, I have an entire apartment. So, like, we have several bedrooms. I have my own oven. We have our own microwave. We have our own dishwasher. We have our own living room. We have our own kitchen. We have 2 bathrooms. Like, and we don't go with a small squad. We go with, like, about 8 people. So, that's definitely, it's definitely huge. You know what I mean? And like to me, like I love it. Like the apartment way to me is the way to go. So, but I'll definitely keep you guys. I just do the Airbnb because of how many people we have. If we didn't have so many people, then I would just do the hotel like we used to. But because we have so many people and we enjoy it with so many people, like we rather do the Airbnb and still stay close. Yeah, there's apartments too that are right across the street, but we never able to get those ones. Those ones are always taken up like right away. So, but
see, next year we're at least getting reserved for Seaport, just because.
Oh, that's right. You didn't even get the Seaport this year, huh?
No, because we made the fatal mistake that I should have did back in October when you said it was book the hotel that same day.
Yeah, because you don't have to pay. You don't pay anything.
I know.
when you
And
book
that's
it.
that's why it was so stupid. Well, the thing was like the day I got the passes, I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, like I'm sitting there on my phone in the queue line, just like waiting,
Right.
waiting, 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 while I have to worry about my friggin' boss and and the other head clerk sitting there, like hopefully not seeing anything. Well, my head boss saw me. I mean, not my head boss. My head clerk saw me, and I was like, "Listen, these are the passes that I've been waiting for months now." She's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So she let me do that, but like if I wasn't at work, I would have been on my laptop going, "Brrr, okay, one thing, one tab for the passes, one tab for the hotel, book the hotel, done.
I would have. I think I offered to help you get those. You were like, no, 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 we're good. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. Hence, fatal mistake.
But I mean, next time. That's all. Lesson learned. That's all. Because it was the same thing with me too. Like I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to go that route in the past. So yeah, nah, I get it. I get it.
Well, I mean, like Dwolin said, the Marriott at Copley wasn't bad.
Mhm.
Like it was a good hotel. We were actually like what 12 minutes from Boston Burger Company.
Yeah, yeah.
So we went there finally one night. Um, but like for me, you know, taking the shuttle there and back, like I thought it was going to be a little quicker on the shuttle than what it actually was. Like I knew it was going to take a little while, but it took a while to get from the hotel to the convention.
Hmm.
And it was just like,
No, it
holy
takes
shit.
it takes a while. It takes a while. It
Oh,
definitely
I
does.
can,
It definitely does
I
take a while.
we were there after two. Yeah, I know. So we tried to get the Boston Burger Company 2 more times before we finally figured out that we could just call in.
Hmm.
I didn't think we could call in, but apparently you can. So we went there twice and failed.
It's a busy place. That's a very busy place.
I know, hour and a half wait. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's a very busy place, but
Yeah.
it's worth it. The food is really good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal food. But getting back to the shuttle, like I'm thinking it's gonna be like a 15-minute shuttle. It was 45 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I was like,
the traffic in Boston is awful. Like you could try to take an Uber that's like 10 minutes, and it's like ends up being like a half an hour. Yeah.
oh yeah, I know. It's god awful. That's why I was just like, nope, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Nope, I ain't doing this. I'm taking an Uber.
Yeah, you can be in any hotel in Boston, and it's a great hotel. So the problem is not whether the hotel's good or not. And no matter where you go in Boston, you're going to be next to somewhere. So that's another great thing. Like you're always so it's not so much that it's the convenience of how close you are to the convention because it renders your time on how much time you're going to actually spend at the convention, and you don't think of it until you're there because then like when you get there, people are tired and they're like, oh, I want to run back to the room and rest a little while. But then you're like, well, if we run back to the room, we're not coming back. Because like say you leave at 4, right? It's like 4 o'clock and you're like, oh, let's leave, go eat dinner. But then you're like, we leave now. We're going to take maybe 2 hours. And we take 2 hours, now it's going to be 6. And now the show floor is closed. So it's like, what else are we going to really do? And it can screw up your PAX. But when you're at the Seaport or the Western or one of the places that are a walking distance, you can like, shit, we can leave, come back, do whatever. And it's just such a big convenience. It's much more convenience when you take away the driving. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's just from experience of doing it. As you know, like this year, you learned that being that far away, it does suck. It does suck.
Being at the Seaport in 2017, yeah. Last year, being at the Seaport was just so good. Just even like a 10-minute walk. I'd rather walk.
Yeah.
I didn't even care if. Well, I did care it was snowing because my face was frozen.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
But
that sucks.
it's still a walk.
Yeah.
And I'd rather do that than, I go and take a shuttle. Then I got to drive all the way there.
But to be honest,
forever.
during PAX weekend, it's all about walking anyways. So really walking from your room to that, it's not going to make much more of a difference. And that's just my personal opinion on that. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
But,
so next year, Seaport for sure.
Seaport is easy to get. It's gotten a little harder, but it's one of those things that you got to get it right away. Like if you don't get it right away, if you're able to get tickets in the first batch, you should be able to get the Seaport. Like very rarely have I not been able to get the Seaport.
Well, the plan is next year is one person is focusing on the badges and one person's focusing on the hotel.
Well, there you
So
go.
we're tag teaming.
Yeah, there you
this
go.
time.
There you go. That's a way I never thought of too. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, so we're definitely tag teaming this time, so that way we can get the Seaport at a good price and go there. Honestly, I'd rather have the Seaport over the Westin, only because I mean the Westin's right next to the convention center, but nothing's really around it other than the convention center. Whereas the Seaport, there's a few things around it.
Oh, well, I mean, don't forget too, like being at the Western, you're still kind of there. It's just, it's more of a, it's a little more of a walk. Like it's reversed now. Like you got to walk what you would normally do from the Seaport to the convention. Now you got to walk from the Western to the places where the food is.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know what I mean. So being at the Western really isn't a benefit, much more of a benefit than the Seaport, in my opinion. It's impossible. I have been going every year since the beginning of PAX East, and not once have I been able to get a hotel at Western. And I think now it's just it's not even open to people. They have rooms that are booked, and it's all for the regular like for the exhibitors and stuff like that. The developers and those type of people. But
a lot of people tell me that the Westin's booked up before the passes go on sale.
Oh no, 100%. 100%.
So, like, if you're planning on getting a good deal for the Westin, forget it.
Yeah, no, it's you're paying $400, $500 a night.
Oh yeah,
and that's and I refuse to do that.
Which is funny because if we didn't book through Orbitz, on the door of the Marriott, it said how much per night it was. It was $700.
Yep.
So I was like, thank you.
What you pay? $300?
Roughly around $340 a night, $345 a night.
You know what's funny about the
some
Seaport?
Nights were more expensive, some nights were less expensive. So on average, I would say $345.
Seaport's like $225.
For like booking through PAX.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sorry.
We won't do this again.
I'm sorry. No, but I mean, it is what it is, and you do what you got to do. You miss it. The most important part of it is you get to enjoy PAX, and that's all that matters, you know.
Yeah, I'm just reading Dwellin's thing. Royale for the Acer. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Machinima party and the Acer party were like 15 minutes away from there. I didn't get to go to your thing.
I mean,
over. I wanted see because what did you like? How long were you there Thursday?
12:30.
Oh, till 12:30.
Yeah, I left at 12:30. I left a little early because after the cosplay, it pretty much died, and I was like, all right. So I had somebody take over the console there, and I left. Friday, I stayed there till I didn't get out of there until 2:30 because I had to pack up because that was our last day.
Yeah,
it just fucking sucked.
Yeah, Friday. All right, so Friday was the very long day for me because that was the day. See, there's always the one day where I'm like, screw this. I don't care. I'm getting there stupid early. So Friday, I got there, me, Dwellin, and the guys that were with us got there stupid early, like 7:15, 7:30 in the morning. Because I wanted to get the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Which
that Nintendo line is
stupid. Which I have some opinions on the Nintendo booth.
Oh, good. We can talk about that.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. So like we got there at 7:30. My body got there, but my brain didn't wake up till about.
I like that, Dolan's. My body got there, my brain didn't wake up till
about. Yeah, poor Dolan. See, I told him he didn't have to come, but he's like, "Oh, screw it, I'm coming." I'm like, "Okay, thanks, bud." But anyway, so we got there at 7:30 in the morning. I got my speed pass for Nintendo, and so the day went on, and there was actually a panel. Oh no, they were doing Who Wants to Be a Nintendo Air at like 8:00 at night at one of the theaters. I forgot. I think it was Condor. So we got there at 7:30, and I didn't leave the convention center till about 10:00 at night.
Nice.
So I was there for 14, 15 hours.
No, that's awesome. But that's the way to do it, though. Like, if you're gonna do PAX, that's the way to do it. Is spend as much time as you can there during the night, and that's just to me the best way. It's just that
Well,
it makes the most sense.
And the one thing I never did, it's funny. The one thing I never did the past years was like go to a panel, or like go to something like that on the outer rim.
Mm-hmm.
So it was actually fun to do something like that
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, and I think that helped with the extra day.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I pretty much got everything done within the first two, little bit in the third day.
So
Pretty
you,
much.
you've never been to a panel before. This was your first year ever going to a panel?
Yeah.
You want to know what's funny? Every year I go to I go to a bunch of panels, and this is the first year I didn't go to one panel. I didn't go to one
That's
panel.
funny.
Not one panel today. This year.
Wow.
Like I'm so disappointed in myself that I didn't go to panels. Like I wanted to go to Kind of Funny Games, and I wish I did because they end up.
Was he there? Was
Yeah.
Greg Miller
Oh yeah,
there?
yeah. Because I gave him a ticket to go to my event, and I talked to him about it and stuff like that. And he was supposed to come. Well, not supposed to come. I don't want to make it like, oh yeah, he told me he was going to come and he didn't come because
Right.
that's not what it was. We were trying to book him, but our budget ended up closing. We spent a lot more on the bands, and because we spent more on the bands, that took away from the money to get him. So but we gave him a free ticket and told him he's more than welcome to come by and whatnot and hang out. So but he never ended up coming by. But I heard a story, and now I know exactly why he didn't come by. Yeah, nah, he had a rough time. But it's funny because their panel ended up getting stopped in the middle of it, which is hilarious because he has a thing that he does, and he takes his shirt off all the time, right? So he has a problem with taking his shirt off. So they didn't have a problem with him taking his shirt off. He told people in the crowd to take their shirt off. And
Oh geez.
yeah, that was kind of a big deal. I guess they didn't like it, and
big no.
And yeah, I guess he got scorned for that one. He was like, yeah, they're not going to invite us back.
Oh jeez.
But he said that they were fine after they're not going to kick him out. But you got to still be careful, even when you're Greg Miller.
Even when you're
careful.
Greg Miller,
You got to be careful. But yeah, no, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I didn't go to any panels this year, man. I wish I did.
I went to Nintendo Air. That was one.
Mm-hmm.
I went to this weird one with Albert, which was like 90s NES Christian games and like breaking them down.
So my question is why? Why did you go?
Listen,
even as a Christian, why?
I don't know why. It was funny.
You know how that's gonna end.
Like Albert was like dozing off a little bit and stuff, and I was like, Albert, wake up. Here's the thing: I'm putting him on blast a little bit. If he's on Facebook, then I'm gonna laugh about this. But like, if he gets into a comfortable seat, it's a wrap. He will go down for the count, be like, boom, and he's done. So. But hey, at least he's comfortable.
I'm usually the same way, and then PAX weekend especially. I fell asleep in the hall on the floor at PAX before. So
on one of the beanbags?
No, just on the floor, straight up on the floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, hey, at least he's comfortable. That's all I would have to say about that. But
yeah.
So we went to that, and then we went to this one that was which Dolan told me about. It was actually really interesting.
Okay.
It was the psychology of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to expect in it, but they got into like some really psychological like aspects of like the game. Like they were throwing like psychological theories in there, and I was like, ooh.
I enjoy things like that because it takes what you enjoy and puts a perspective on it that you never thought of, and has you kind of enjoy it more. If that makes sense.
Well, the funny thing is, like, some of the things they would say, like I've said to other people, I may have said it on the show, I'm not sure, but like they were talking about music and how the music sometimes can match the environment or match like what you're doing, and I was like, shit, I've been saying that for a long time. I was like, oh my god, but like. It's kind of funny to hear from that perspective from like someone else saying it, because then you're like, oh shit, so I actually sounded right. Final, holy crap! But But they
makes
also
the
brought
crazy
in other
sound.
aspects that you really didn't think of, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I know the doctor that wrote he wrote a book about it, and it's coming out, I believe, Christmas or next January. It should be done and released. So
Okay.
I haven't bought a book in a long time, but that might be one I buy.
Oh, there you
And
go.
since my brother's a psychology major, maybe I can, get him into it too. So. But it was really cool.
No,
and
that's
stuff.
that's the thing I love about PAX is that they do have some really cool panels, and I've been trying to run a panel myself, and I don't know what allows them to determine what's a good enough panel or not, but like I've submitted for the past 2 years some panel ideas, or maybe it was just last year, or maybe it was just this year, and maybe it been last year, I can't remember. But
I just need to answer one thing for Dwolin because he said, I wish I'd gone. I forgot where I was at the time. You were buying half the menu at Veggie Galaxy at the time when it happened.
I don't even want to. I don't. Just the title of that restaurant. Like I wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even be interested. I had Salvador's every day at PAX. Salvador's.
Oh my God! I saw the pictures.
Every day I had Salvador's. Even on the last day when I was supposed to leave, that Sunday, before I went into PAX, I bought slice to eat there, and then I bought slices to take home. And so I walked around PAX with like 4 boxes, and I was getting eyeballs from everybody. Everybody.
Oh my God! Yeah, because I'm sure people were like, "Good food, good food."
It
good
was
food.
absolutely hilarious. Like I'm like, why is everybody staring at me? Like it was like blatant, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh yeah.
But, okay, so other than all the personal stuff, what was one of your favorite panels? Not your night panel. Sorry, one of your favorite exhibits.
Okay. So probably my favorite one was Bandai Namco.
Okay.
Was my favorite booth.
Okay.
Because first day I went there, I didn't realize they were right next to Nintendo. But I walked by Nintendo, I see Bandai Namco, and I look down and I see Soul Calibur 6.
Mm.
I went, what?
But you know Soul Calibur was at the Sony booth too, right?
I did, but I didn't realize till afterwards. But here's the thing. At the Sony booth, you could only play as Mitsurugi or my girl Sophia.
Yeah, yep.
At the Bandai Namco booth, you could play as like 6 characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's actually, I like that. I like that because they were like, hey, this is our game, so we're going to allow you to play more. Sony will let you have some stuff, but you can only have.
We're not giving all of it to you.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I got to use Nightmare.
Oh,
and
nice.
then there was one of the new characters. I forget his name. It's not Crom because Crom's Fire Emblem, but I forget his name. He's got like an eye patch, but he's a new character.
Nice.
Me and Albert played that. First time I played, I actually played as Sophia because I didn't realize that PlayStation had Soul Calibur at that time. But the first time I played with Sophia. That game went smooth. Dude.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. I didn't bother getting in line for it. But like I was a Soul Calibur fan, but like there's a few things that have absolutely ruined that game for me. So I'm just like,
so you just not.
Yeah, I'm okay. But like I'm interested in it, and it looks really good. So
it ran smooth.
I have to say one of my favorite booths definitely was Hyrule Warriors. To see that on the Nintendo Switch was absolutely fantastic. I think that's probably like one of the best things that I've seen there at PAX, and I think it's going to probably be the best game at PAX for the next few years. I don't think there's going to be a game that's going to top Hyrule Warriors. That's just my personal opinion.
Where's Andre?
He's in the room. That's why I said that.
You know what? I changed my mind. Nintendo did take it for me. You know what? Thank you, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I'm going to put another 100 hours into another Warriors game like I did with Fire Emblem Warriors. I am so excited to get to play all the DLC I missed out on. Holy moly.
So Dolan's favorite was the Mixer booth, which I assume that's what he was going to say. The booth was actually really cool. Like, I thought that was really cool. And I was shocked. So we talked about it pre-show, and I was like, Twitch was the big deal. last year. Like Twitch
Yeah.
was like a big, like they gave Twitch like this huge stage, and they had the boxes, and they were doing all the interviews, and everything was on Twitch and stuff. So that's why when I was like, Mixer's here. Mixer was there last year, I believe, but they were like, Mixer's here. I'm like, that's a pretty big booth for Mixer, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, something doesn't look right, and that's why I mentioned it during the show. So then when we went in there, I'm like, that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, wow. I'm like, this is crazy. And I think it's only fair. I like that PAX did this because it's not that favoritism crap towards one of the things. Dolan makes a great point. Facebook Live was a huge presence. I think their booth was really cool. I love that they had Fortnite. My brother dressed up as Black Panther, and my friends dressed up as Spidey. I think they had one of the best pictures for that booth, which was really funny. But I was shocked that they were there. Facebook Live was there for like Facebook Gaming. Like I was like, that's pretty cool. I was impressed with a lot of booths. Like I really liked the booth setup. I felt like there was a lot more space as far as between the booths. Like the way that the booth designs were, it made more sense for the lines. Like usually lines suck because it hangs out into the middle.
Yes.
Even on like Saturday, it really wasn't too bad. Like I'm like, oh, I like this. I was like, I like this setup.
I agree. It was very spacious pertaining to lines.
Yeah.
This year for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, like even Dolan said, like Twitch didn't even stream. They didn't even stream during PAX.
So they didn't do any stream at all?
No, they did some meet and greets. Actually, I stand corrected. They did have a couple pods that some Twitch streamers did go in there and stream. I know Elgato had their own pods, but Twitch had their own because I know Elspeth was in one of those one day. But like that was the extent of their streaming from there, and nothing else. Like last year, again, like they had the podium and this, that, and the other thing, and they were streaming live and everything else like that. This year, nothing. And I don't know if it's from like the layoffs that they had recently at Twitch, or if they're just like, hey, we got TwitchCon, so we're just gonna put all of it into TwitchCon.
But I think that's a great point. Nvidia used to come all the time, and they used to give away so much. And then what these companies are starting to do, that's, there was a big debate a while ago, a few years ago. I don't know if you remember that they were talking about no longer doing E3. And a big part of that was because they were like, these developers are spending, how's it going, Isaac the Gamer 10? A big problem was all these developers are spending all this money to do this, and they're spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars because like you got to rent you have to rent the stage. Like most of them on the Mondays and Sundays that they do the presentation and stuff, they rent the hall. They don't even do this at E3, like the convention. Like they have to rent somewhere, like a theater around that area. So that's usually, that right there is about maybe $10,000, $15,000 by itself for the one day. Then you got to rent all the equipment. Then you got to pay all the staff, and so it can. You got to add on all that fees, and then it's just like, is it worth it? Now, I think eventually they were just like, yeah, no, E3 is definitely worth it because that's how we get our stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like that's how we get our product seen and whatever. So with all that being said, it's important. Something like on a PAX level. You got to kind of be like, if we do all these other things, do we need to add PAX too? And PAX is really designed for the younger, the independent indie games and stuff like that. So with that being said, I think that's why they were like, okay, we can calm down. Like Twitch is probably like, we can calm down. It doesn't have to be anything ridiculous like we did last year. And now that they're gonna have Mixer and stuff, and then PAX could have been like, you know what, we want Mixer to be there. So with that being said, like we can't give you this kind of thing. We got to give everyone a fair amount of space, and that makes sense. Yeah, we're cool, Isaac. We're cool. We are the coolest of cools. I promise.
Well, we try to be. So.
But yeah. So with that being said, yeah, yeah. Uh, hey, we do what we do.
Yeah.
But was there anything that like you were disappointed in?
Well, this comes with Nintendo at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
that's right. Because you said that you had an issue with Nintendo.
yeah.
So what was your issue?
So I did not like how they ran their booth
Okay.
because
Can I add something to that before you
yeah.
slam into him? It was confusing as fuck because
Mm-hmm.
I got in line to get into the booth, and before I knew it, I was playing Splatoon 2. And because they did that to me, I now hate Splatoon 2. So thanks a lot, Nintendo. Yo,
I told you could redeem yourself. I
Dude.
went over there and went 2-0.
we got bodied, right? Because they didn't tell us the gyro was on the controller. Now, I've never used the Pro Controller on the Switch yet, right? So I'm thinking, all I'm doing is it's just controls. I'm like, why can't I fucking look around? So I'm like, I'm not going to ask. Like, I'm just going to try to figure this out, right? And then my brother says at the end, he's like, did you notice that the gyro was on? I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, that was what the controls. It was all on the gyro. I was like, he's like, that's why we couldn't look around. Yo, we got obliterated, like destroyed, like so bad, so bad. And everybody was watching it. And then when we came on, that's when the commentator came on. And like he was talking about it, and I'm like, "Oh, this sucks." I was so mad at the girl. I was so mad because I'm like, "You could have came over and said something." And she was coaching. Like that was the thing. Like they were supposed to be coaching their teams.
Right. Yeah, that's
I'm sorry,
Well, like-
but that was
but
my
it
beef
wasn't
with
even
Nintendo.
like just the whole speed line thing was stupid. It really was because honestly, if you didn't get one of those speed passes, you were sitting in that line for hours.
Mhm.
And it was just bad. Like because I went in there, I had a thing from like 12 to 11, 12 to 1. That was my window that I could go in there and play. And like yeah, it was like the first 120 people got the speed passes. So it's like, okay. So literally you have to do what I did on Friday, which is get there 7:30 in the morning, sit there, and then hope that the people in front of you, all of them don't go to Nintendo. But like it was just stupid. Like PlayStation's booth was perfect because they had Detroit there, and that was the big thing. And it was like, oh, you just stand behind somebody. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it worked out perfectly.
The
then
VR
they
was
had-
the only thing you had to like do the app and schedule your time, which was cool.
Right. And then, but like all the other games that they had, it was just, stand behind the person and you're next.
Yep.
It wasn't really a long line or anything like that. But then like Nintendo's booth is, if you don't get the speed pass, you're sitting in that line, and that line filled up real fast.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off because like then I was like, okay, well, how do I get into the Nintendo stuff? Like I want to play a Nintendo game, so I'm trying to look for the line. I walk completely around the booth and I see this line. I was like, oh hell no. We just waited in Splatoon 2 line by accident, and then now that was Thursday, and that was on Thursday that it was like that. It was insane. I was like, yeah, no, screw that. Like I was like, I'm all set, Nintendo. I'll wait till your fucking games come out because there was nothing over there that was like made me gaga. Where I'm like, oh, I need to play this game now. It was more of like one of those things where I was like, okay, yeah, I'll wait until that comes out.
Yeah. And
I'm only kidding about hating Splatoon. I don't hate Splatoon 2. I kind of liked it. Kind of made me want to. It did kind of make me want to buy it.
The gyro controls, right?
Yeah, it kind of made me want. I did kind of want to buy because I'm like, oh, I knew once like right after I was like, oh no, it's the gyro. That makes sense.
Right. But see, I don't even know how long people were waiting. Like I didn't want to know.
No,
I was like, because I got that speed pass, and I was like, I'm good.
Definitely
I
a long
didn't want to
time.
know how long you had to wait in that line because it looked like you were waiting there for a while. Because, and that's the thing too. Like, you went in there and it was like, okay, you finally get in, and then you can go and play all these games, whichever one you want, and stuff like that. Take your time, but like they didn't really monitor a time limit or anything like that. So like literally, someone could be in there like for quite a while, and who knows when they let people in for the next like whatever.
Yeah.
It was not ran well.
Yeah.
They need to do a better job next year.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
need to
shame.
get rid of that speed pass thing. 'Cause that speed pass thing was god awful. And then they need to do like last year worked because they had Breath of the Wild in one section and people knew it was Breath of the Wild. And then like the following about to say, and then the other section where you could play multiple games, it was they gave you a thing and it was okay, you pick 3 games, you play those 3 games. When you're done with those 3 games, you leave.
Mm-hmm.
That worked perfectly. So I don't know what the disconnect was between last year doing that working perfectly and this year was a free for all.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, yeah, Nintendo, I was very disappointed in their booth. I mean, they had good games still, but as far as the booth goes, yeah, disappointing.
Yeah, no, that's a shame. That's a shame. Like I said, there was nothing exciting there for me to be like, "Ooh, I need to get to Nintendo." You know what I mean? So, Bethesda was
Ooh.
cool.
I
What?
can't wait till we talk games.
Yeah, let's talk games. Let's talk games. Would you?
Oh, you want?
Before we get to games, there was one booth that I discovered new headphones that I loved, and if they would have had one of the headphones there in stock, which was it was for the PS4, and you can just plug it in. It was an adapter, but it was also Bluetooth and everything. I would have bought it there on the spot, but they were sold out, which I think is 100% bullshit because I discovered I went to the booth on Thursday, and I'm like, there's no
Yep.
way you sold out of these just today unless you brought like fucking one. Like, but
Right.
I was a little upset with that. But now it's they lost because like now I don't remember their name, and I thought I took a picture because I took a picture of a couple booths to remember their names. And
Wasn't it like audio? Was it Audio Vox? No.
no, no.
Maybe
You thinking of Auto Technic?
Auto Technic. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was Auto Technic because there was some microphones, and I was thinking about getting one of those there, but I did some research and I was like, oh yeah, so the Blue Yeti has more features and it works probably a little better. So I was like, oh, well, I'm keeping this bad boy then right here.
No, it's not Audio Technica, Dolan. I trust me. I got my bad boys. Trust me, I got my bad boys from them. These ones I got specifically for the broadcasting, for the show for one, and for broadcasting when I do my tournaments for Smash and Street Fighter and stuff like that when we broadcast. But I got these. These are actually the official broadcasting ones. They did have some, but nobody could answer my question. So all right, quick story. Quick story about bad booth experience, right? As much as it was Audio Technica that was there, it wasn't them that was there. So the name of the name of the people that were there were actually some audio guys, and they gave me their cards. So I tried running my card through to get my stuff, and it kept declining it. Right, so I was like, they were like, oh, well, we've been having issues with this. So they're like, it's because we're based out of New York, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, you know what? That makes sense. I've heard of that before. I've had that actually happen to me before. So I was like, all right, I'll just call them and approve it, right? So I called, and then the bank's like, okay, well, we'll open that up for you. She's like, but it doesn't show that anyone's ever tried. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, but I'm opening it up. And I was like, oh, can you open up my my limit too, just in case if that causes a problem? They're like, yeah, we got that. And then she tried again and declined it again. So then I called the bank, and they're like, yeah, it's not even showing that they're even attempting. So I'm like, something's clearly wrong. So then I'm watching the guy next to me, and then it declined. And then she's trying to tell the guy the same thing she just told me, right? And I'm like, ma'am, you literally just told me that, right? And I literally just called my bank, and they're telling me this stuff, but you're going to still think that it's their bank's problems? So I told the guy, I was like, wait, and then I looked on my left, and then his got declined, which was a completely different iPad, because I was going to say, maybe you should try the other iPad, but it declined the other one. And I told him, I was like, you know what? I'm all set. I'm going to go get cash. I ended up coming back with cash, because I was getting these bad boys, because this was the lowest price. Normally at PAX, everything's either the same price or maybe like $5 or $10 cheaper. And so I'm never usually buying things at PAX. I'm just like, I'll just buy it online, you know. These were a major price difference, like $100 difference. So I was like, yeah, no, definitely, I'm getting these. So that's why I got them. But like, I'm like, okay, the PlayStation ones. I was like, the gaming headsets, right? Are they PlayStation compatible? And she straight tells me, she's like, I don't know. You're gonna have to talk to somebody on the floor. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How do
So
you not know if you're at the booth?
yeah, I was like, whatever.
Oh
Whatever.
boy.
But the other place, the Echo, is it called Echo something? I know I have their card somewhere, but I think it was Echo something. I'll go through the PAX vendor list and I'll find it. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, they were the best headsets I've heard, I've seen. So.
Interesting.
So I want you to talk games. I'll be back because I think my kids are killing themselves, each other. So, talk games, and I will be right back, and I'll hop right back
Don't
into
let your
conference.
kids kill anybody.
Well, they kill each other. So, headsets. Those look like the Audio Technic headsets. AJDQ use now. Yes, they are. They're the broadcasting ones. They're the only broadcasting ones, and it's the newer model. Before I used to have the older model, which was okay. But okay, two of my kids are still alive. So if the other two died, then I know who the strongest was. So
So are we good or
yeah, no, we're good. We're good.
okay? And Rizzuto, how are you doing today? Good sir?
So, no, my dog's trying to kill my cat. My cat hasn't come out in like 2
You
weeks.
just got a friggin' free for all going on over there, huh?
It's only when I'm doing shows. So, but yeah, go ahead. Continue talking about the game. Continue talking about the game. Yeah, continue talking about your game.
Okay, so do we want to go like favorite game?
Sure.
Favorite game? Okay.
Sure.
So, mine, I'm gonna go with Code Vein.
I didn't even get to play Cold Vein.
Yeah, exactly. So Code Vein was amazing.
Okay.
It was such a good of all time. No, not of all time.
No,
Not of all
talk PAX.
time.
Strictly PAX. Strictly PAX.
Strictly PAX.
Strictly PAX.
Yeah, not all time. Code Vein was amazing.
Okay.
It's Dark Souls with an anime type style to it, and it ran smooth. I think the engine was a little bit better in my opinion compared to when I was playing Dark Souls Remastered, which I finally figured out why it's hard, because I was like, oh, like I thought like you could roll freely in Dark Souls, but not really. So I was like, oh, I was like, that's interesting. So now I know why Dark Souls is so hard. But like this game, Code Vein, like you could kind of you could roll a little smoother, but it was still tough to avoid people. You can't auto target, which is what Dark Souls does. You can't auto target in that, and it's all time roll. Yes, I figured that out real fast.
Lucid Sounds.
What is it?
Lucid Sounds.
Oh, looser sounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry. That's it.
No worries.
They remind me a lot of Beats by Dre. So
They look like Beats.
Yeah, they are very similar to Beats, and they feel fantastic. And when I say sound quality, like, ooh, crisp, super crisp, like super crisp. But anyways, so that's the game of choice, huh? That's your favorite game that was at the convention?
Dude, I know probably what yours is gonna be. It's probably gonna be the obvious one, but I'm telling you, I was hyped during E3. If you remember, I was hyped on Code Vein when they announced it.
No, you were very, very hyped.
And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And I want to know what the storyline's gonna be like. Well, because I know it's based on like a vampire.
Yeah. I mean, that's a branch from an old game, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it was. Because I believe that it's not. I don't know if it's a remake or supposed to be a sequel. Hold on a second. Code Vein.
Golemboski said Floor Kids. Oh my god, Floor Kids was funny. That's a funny indie game. So yeah, this game Floor Kids apparently
Code Vein is new.
Code Vein's new.
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you about this game Floor Kids real quick. So apparently, Albert found this indie game on the floor that is a breakdancing game.
I didn't see that.
It was an indie game. It had a very small booth, but it was a rhythm style breakdancing game, and it was like you were like battling against each other, and I was like, oh my god, it was funny. Like I'm probably not gonna buy it, but it was pretty funny to play.
Bloodstained.
I was trying to think what is it like? It's like what the heck's that movie? I can't think of it. It's like the dance off movie or something like that.
Like the serious movie, like the movie that was like serious.
Yeah.
Not like the old one. Like when I say old, I mean like the '80s movie Breaking.
No, this was like 2000. It was in 2000s.
You talking about the one with what's his face?
Was it Step Up?
No,
it wasn't
no. There were so many dance movies in the early 2000s. So, you think about the battle dancing one where
Yes. What the
he-
heck was it? I can't think
what's
of
his
it.
face from Immature, the Immature group?
Yes.
What the fuck is that name?
Oh
Actually,
my God. You know what the funny thing is? It's like they did a South Park episode of it. I was like,
you got
oh.
served.
Yes.
You got served.
Yep.
As I was typing it in, it popped in my mind as I was typing it in. So
Yeah. It was literally like you got served.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. It was different. It was different. I'm not gonna get it, but it was a fun little indie game to play. Actually, that's another category to do, like favorite indie game, which there was this game Wormhole.
Okay. Yep. No, I played that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. That was I mean, I suck at mouse and keyboard. Absolutely. Like I've only used mouse and keyboard like twice, and that was at PAX last year and this year. But it's a combo of Halo and Portal.
Yep.
And I was like, wow. I was like, this game
That's a good comparison.
very interesting. Well, that's what they were saying at the booth. So I'm just going with what they said at the booth.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting.
My favorite indie game, I don't know which one. I like the one that was a skeleton, like you were the skeleton. It was just kind of like a platformer.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that one a lot. There was one other one that I can't remember, but my favorite game was all right. So believe it or not, it's tied. The one by Harmonix where you play with the cards, and it's DJ, like you play music with the cards.
I played that. Albert. I played that, and Albert bought a set already.
So I was going to, but I'm just like I'm gonna wait. I love Harmonix games. I absolutely love Harmonix games. So their games I get very addicted. And then they say about the cards, like I love the idea of that. They had tons of cards too, and that's what I thought was cool. But the game looks like it could be a lot of fun, and I got to play it, and I enjoyed what I got to play of it. So I like that. That and Detroit Becoming Human.
Yeah, we knew that one was coming.
Yeah. No, did you get to play it?
Yeah, I played it.
What did you think? What did you think of Detroit Becoming Human? I mean, obviously it was very limited, so you didn't get to really experience it. But one of the biggest things that I absolutely loved about it was how beautiful it was. It was incredibly beautiful, like incredibly beautiful.
Yes, it was. All right, so here's my gripe with it, though.
Okay.
I have a gripe.
Okay.
I mean, it's not my cup of tea.
Yep.
But I mean, for people that like that, it will probably be good for sure. The only gripe I have about it is this: they literally showed the same scene that they showed off at PlayStation Experience.
And that's what I anticipated. To be honest, I anticipated that. I really did. I mean, in the sense of when I came up to the game and seen it was there. Like, I didn't think it before because, like I said, I didn't know they were going to be there. So my thing was, as soon as I said, I bet you it's going to be that scene. It was going to be that. And if it was going to be new, then I would have loved that. I would have been, mesmerized by it. But
yeah, but that's the thing. It was like, I mean, it was cool. But at the same time, I was sitting there like, this is what they showed off. So I kind of knew what was going to happen. I mean, my decisions were bad still. But I was like, they're showing off the same scene that they showed at PlayStation Experience.
Yeah, go ahead.
You'd think they'd show something different. But I was like, I'm not sure. I don't think they want to reveal too much of the story. And
I think-
yeah,
I
I can
think-
agree with that, Rizzuto.
I think that's the big thing. It's just they didn't want to. They definitely didn't want to reveal too much, and that's going to be one of those games that you're playing not to play for fun. You're playing because you're playing for the story.
Right. Agreed.
So
I do agree with that.
I that's how I feel is kind of like the situation with that.
Yeah, I mean, would I like to see a little bit more? Yeah, but I mean, I could see the point of not showing off too much.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that, again, not my cup of tea. I'm not a huge like decision-based making game person, but for people that do like those games,
Mm-hmm.
it's worth picking up.
Yeah, I agree.
It's definitely worth picking up. So I would definitely, I'd recommend it, picking it up. But yeah, Code Vein. Did you have a surprise game of PAX that you were like,
Like
think about
that was good that I played
was
that I
good.
wasn't expecting to be good.
Yeah.
So there's a new game that's developed by Casual, the developers of Casual Crashes, which is Bethesda, and I can't remember the name of it. It was a weird game.
The people
game,
that made Castle Crashers?
yeah, Bethesda makes Casual Crashes, right?
No. That was the Behemoth.
Behemoth. Yeah, did I say Bethesda? I'm sorry, Behemoth.
No, Bethesda. Bethesda had their own thing.
Yeah.
Friggin' where. We're not going to talk about it.
I don't. I always say every time I go to say one, I always say the other. Behemoth. They have a new game that's out, and I thought that game was pretty fun. But I mean, I guess I wasn't really surprised because I do like Castle Crashes, so I don't want to say that game was really a surprise.
You can be.
Yeah, I mean, like that was really. I mean, that's really it for a game that I was just like, oh wow, this game's pretty fun. Any other game that I kind of played, I already anticipated the way it was, but I didn't get in line for a whole lot of games. Like the indie games, like I grab them, play them and stuff. But the indie games, like I don't expect anything. Like it's not like, oh yeah, I seen this game and I didn't know if it was gonna be good or not. Even though like I do follow indie games, but I don't follow indie games in the sense of like pre-sales. Like I'm not like, hey,
Right.
this indie game's coming out unless it's a game like Little Nightmares. Like Little Nightmares, I followed them for a long time. They didn't have that there at Nintendo booth, did they?
They did not
Okay.
have it, and I was like, oh, I wish they did.
If they did and I didn't go, I would have been pretty upset.
I hear you.
So, but I'm glad they didn't. No,
So you're gonna laugh about this, but I shit you not. I've been like just funny hyping this game
oh boy.
for a little while, but I played it and it's legit. It's actually good.
What's that?
Sushi Striker.
Really?
I'm not even joking.
I didn't even know that
Like-
was there.
Yeah, they had Sushi Striker there at the Nintendo booth.
That's funny.
Dude, I didn't know how it was gonna run. That's the thing. Like you saw, like, the previews during the direct, but like you were like, oh, Sushi Striker. Like we were having fun with it, and I was like, oh, it might be something, because it was funny. But, dude, I played that game. I was like, oh my god,
Like this
this could be super competitive.
like, oh wow, this is actually pretty good.
I was like, this is actually pretty good. They were like, some people were saying like, yeah, this is probably the most underrated game that you might see, and I was like, I could see that. It was good. I was like, oh, it's like I'm gonna have to pick this up. So
I wonder if it
yeah, Sushi Striker,
All right.
the way of Sushido.
All right. I'm going to put in chat. We'll see if it will let me because I've enabled. Let's see if this link works. All right. So in chat, I just put the link up for the headset that I was talking about. They're the LS40s. They're surround sound. This is the second to best headset that they have, and they're 134. They sold at 150 at the convention. These things are badass. They're super comfortable. If you like the comfortability of Beats by Dre, that's what these simulate to me. I think they're way more comfortable than the Astros. I'm not a huge fan of Astros. I used to be, but I think Astro headsets were too small. But now I know Astro and Logitech, I think, are now together making headsets.
Okay.
And so now they did change the design a little bit, and I'm still not a fan of them. Like the design of them now is more what is it? The design's more like what was the name? My favorite brand a while ago, and they don't make headsets anymore. And I was so upset with Tritons. Tritons.
Yeah.
I was crazy about this design. I don't know why. And then I bought a pair of Tritons, and boy, I was pissed off. Like, I was so mad. It was their headset was garbage. Like, I mean, garbage. And so ever since then, like, I buy Sony headsets, and Sony headsets are by far like one of my favorites, and especially for the price. The price you pay for it, it's like paying for a $200 headset. It's incredible. But I just don't like the design, and to know that I have to have a wireless dongle, which I broke like right away, that frustrated me. And I wanted to use it for a lot of different other things, but I was just like, I hate the design for it.
Right.
These are so light and they fit, they cushion the way that they fit around your ear, like the comfortability and the good sound. I was like, this is awesome. Again, they remind me a lot of Beat by Dre, and I love Beat by Dre's too. And I think their price is pretty reasonable. They're very durable, and they have a bunch of different features. So that's absolutely incredible. I like that. You can let her upstairs.
But I gotta agree with Rizzuto. I'm with you, dude. Headphone and mic. That's just my personal preference.
Headphone and then mic separate, or
Yeah, my headphone and mic separate.
yeah, no, that's what this is too. Like, and that's what I love about this is you can actually detach it, and that's awesome.
Really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So this isn't just like, hey, you don't have the mic in it. Like I don't like the ones without the mic. The ones without the mic, it's just the mic quality sucks. I have to have the mic quality, and like over headsets. Yeah, my headphone and mic over headsets. Yes, I agree. I'm pretty much saying the same thing you're saying. So
Right.
and I love that you can be able to detach it and then just use it as regular headphones. And that's another thing that I'm looking for too. Is like I'd like to be able to use this as like headphones too.
Maybe one day I can afford a mixer, Rizzuto.
Oh well, Rizzo, that's what I'm using now.
Oh my god.
As you know, as you pointed out, like, but I mean, this is good for, you know what I mean, the streaming part of aspect of it. Like, if I want a game and I just want to game with my friends and I'm not trying to stream or anything like that, 'cause I don't stream off my console. I don't play that game. Like, I don't do that. Like, if I'm gonna stream, hooked up to PC. I'm gonna use my full setup. It's just so that way I can use my overlays and everything. I love that. I used to stream where it was like just through the system, and I hate it. I want to be able to adjust everything I can. But when I play Call of Duty on Wednesday nights with my friends, and I need a good headset. I want to be able to hear sound too. I don't want to just be able to just talk to them. Like, I want to be able to hear everything good and talk to them and stuff. And these headsets, dude, are incredible. Are incredible, and they're very fairly priced. So, I give it my thumbs up. I don't know about everybody else, but I give it my thumbs up.
Nice. However, my quality is good. It's good. I just gotta fine tune stuff to.
Yep. I agree.
This is why I need a mixer, because I like the Yeti, but there's so much background noise.
But you can adjust that within. There's software that you can use to help with it. But which Yeti? How much did you spend on that Yeti, if you don't mind me asking? Which version did you get? You didn't get the best one, right?
I got the what did I get? Well, I got the blackout version, and I can help you on OBS. Okay, yeah, Rizzuto. I need to get a PC first, but I've been having issues with OBS lately. I did an update with OBS, and now I can't stream on Mixer. So yeah, so now we're having an issue with that. But yeah, like I didn't know if there was a software for the Yeti for it, but I think I spent like it was on sale. I think I spent like $100 on this one that I got. I think it was priced higher than that. I want to say like 130. But it's not the snowball one. It's like the legit good one.
Yeah, like the stand up straight. up and down
Right.
one.
Yes.
No, I like the Yeti mics, and I think they're good. I just don't like stand-up mics. Like, I have a real condenser mic that I put into my mixer, which is
Right.
so I can adjust it and stuff like that. And the sound quality is incredible. It's the same thing as this, but you can pick up more, and you like. Actually, that condenser mic that's pretty good at blocking out the sounds because it's a studio quality mic. Like, I used to use
Yeah.
it for studio recording and stuff. But it's just frustrating. Like, I don't like it right here. Like, I don't want separate headphones. Like our Rizzuto Gaming says. Like, I like this. Like, this is what I like. Like, I want it like this. I don't want to have to worry about being too close, too far, or moving. Now it's with me. I carry it all over the place. Like, I love this. That's why I went crazy when I seen the price. I was like, yes, I am getting that. Because I was spoiled with it before, and this is condenser mic quality. So.
Nice.
But like I want a gaming headset that I have great quality too, because I've heard headsets that are gaming headsets that you see streamers. You hear that? You hear that? My man Dolan, that I called them streamers. I didn't say YouTubers or Twitchers. They use gaming headsets, and the quality is incredible. But it's all on how you play it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that.
So
And Rizzuto, yeah, I'll definitely have to utilize the VST filters. I'm still playing around with OBS a little bit. Like, I know the basics, but like some of the filters and stuff I need to work on. So I will definitely do that. Probably, I might stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. I'll work on that.
get to play around. You get to play around.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm glad I found these.
But back to PAX.
Yeah. So, worst game you played at PAX?
Oh.
Did we
wow.
talk about that?
Well, so the worst game also comes out of the Nintendo booth. It was SNK Heroines.
Really?
Yeah.
It was that bad?
Yeah.
I think I might have heard that from somebody else.
Yeah.
Too.
It was. So let's put it this way. King of Fighters is known for combos, right?
Yes.
And putting in right command and stuff, like a normal fighting game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Not this one. This one, they're like, oh, our combos, and we made it like Smash. What? I was like, I'm
Really?
sorry, what did you do? Like,
So
yeah, we made
a
it like
fighting
Smash.
game, a fighting game like Smash?
No, it doesn't. No, now here's the thing. It plays like a fighting game, but the combos, oh, it's just up and B, right and B, B. I'm like, what? I was like, you serious? I really wanted to go to the guy. Are you serious? He's like, yeah. Well, I was like, yeah, it runs like, I was like, okay. And then I hope this game is like far out from being completed, honestly.
That bad.
Because what we saw on the direct, you know how smooth it looked during the direct?
Yeah.
Remember that at all?
Yeah.
Didn't look smooth. That shit ran so bad.
Really? That bad, huh?
Yeah, it was bad. And I was like, oh my God, like what the hell is going on with this game? And then and it was done in one round. I don't know if they had a preset like that.
Maybe they just had it set to that for that purpose. Like for
I'm hoping that it was like that. But I was just like, after I was done, I was like, oh my God, it was so quick. Like I finished my fight in 2 seconds, and I was sitting there like, that's it? Like, yeah, I mean, that's it. And I was like what the frig? Like, that was god awful. I was so mad. I was like, I hope this game is far from being finished. I was like, you better have an option where you can put in like some legit commands and not have to do like easy things. And you need to fix that frame rate because holy crap.
that bad.
Frame rate was bad.
Really?
Oh, it was bad. It was like, oh my God. Like, it wasn't smooth at all. Like, Wolfenstein's a very powerful game, right? And it's not going to run as smooth as if it was on an Xbox or a PlayStation. But it still was, from what I saw, it was still smooth. I didn't play it. I should have waited and played it, but I didn't. But it still ran smooth.
Yeah.
But like this game, oh my God. Like, it was bad. I was like, I'm just glad this game isn't coming out like next week. If it was coming out next week, I'd be like, if this game even sells one copy, I'll be shocked. So I was just like, ugh. I was so disappointed in SNK Heroines. I was really looking forward to that because I legit thought it was going to be like a King of Fighters combo system type thing and then run as smooth as what it showed on the direct, and it was just nope. Wasn't there. So yeah, SNK Heroines was my most disappointing and worst game that I played.
That sucks.
Yeah.
The worst game I played was this indie game, and I straight played it off like I liked it, and I absolutely hated it. And I kind of felt bad after because I should have told him the truth. But it was like a party game, and the reason why I didn't say it was bad because the idea of it was good. It just seemed like it was very clunky, and I'm sure it probably wasn't finished. I hope, but it was just like so. The point of the game was, you got to take your friend's head off, right? And when you took the head off, you got to take it and normally throw it into something. So one stage was, throw it in the water, and the shark comes, and the shark eats it. So you had to come and save your head before the shark ate it, right? So it's like a party game. And then another one was like you had to dunk as many heads as possible, and stuff like that. So it was cool, but like in the sense of, I felt like it was played like, you played Gang Beast?
I haven't played Gang Beast.
But have you heard of Gang Beast? So you know how the controls are very hard. It's just like flimmicky.
Yes.
I like Gang Beast because that's the purpose of that game. Like, it's supposed to be flimmicky like that. I kind of felt that's how the controls were for this game, and it wasn't supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, it was like you didn't go all the way. You kind of went half, and it was frustrating in that sense. So I was just like, okay, well, what are you going for here? I didn't fully enjoy it, but I like the idea of it, like that the idea of it. I just think they need to kind of fine tune it a little bit.
Agreed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, it sounds like the same thing as SNK Heroines.
Yeah. No, it was a little disturbing.
Yeah, I was like, what other game? Oh, okay. I was trying to think of what else we could think of. So what was your highlight of PAX?
My highlight of PAX. What was yours? You say yours while I'm thinking of mine.
My highlight was playing Turtles in Time for the first time.
So where did you play it? In the rental room?
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna get into a little story about this.
Okay.
So we played in the retro game.
There's
lounge.
always a story to the rental room.
Yeah. So retro game lounge. We went in there, me and my buddy, and I was like, I didn't even think of it at first. I was like, oh wow, this is cool. I saw all the things and then like I'm flipping through the games, and I just sat there and it just hit me in the head like, wait a minute, maybe they have Turtles in Time. I was like, shit. I was like, I can finally play it. They're like, and I was like, you got Turtles in Time? They're like, yup. And I was like, sweet. So finally, I played Turtles in Time.
Hell yeah.
And I got to play Mario Kart. Yeah, I saw that, Golemboski. I saw that on your pictures. It was cool. So I was being the smart person in this situation. I said, let's play on hard. Stupid idea. But so we were playing and playing and playing. We actually got to Krang. And I was sitting there beating Krang's ass. And the guy comes over and says, time's up. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So they're like, I'm on frigging Krang. Shredder's next. And it was like, oh, a lot of people are waiting for a Super Nintendo. So it was like, where it's like your time's up. I was like, frick. So I'm gonna say like this. Now I've beaten Hyperstone Heist, and literally the Shredder fight is the same exact thing in Hyperstone Heist as it is in Turtles in Time. And I was going to beat Krang because I had multiple lives, and he was down to his last meter.
Mm-hmm.
So on a technicality, I've beaten Turtles in Time. But anyway, so we leave the retro lounge. My buddy forgets his bag up there. And he's like, oh shit, I forgot my bag. He runs up there, grabs his bag, comes back down and tells us nobody was at the SNES station. I was like, are you freaking kidding
So
me?
after that, the guy making a big deal, and then come to
He
find
made a
out.
big deal of it. Nobody was at that station. I was so pissed. I was so mad because I was like, you mean I could have sat there and beaten the freaking game legit? And he just kicked it. Oh, I was so mad. But
Yeah.
now I know next time not to play a game on hard
Yeah, that would have.
because so I could just get through the freaking game. But so out of technicality, I beat Turtles in time. But no, that wasn't my highlight of PAX. Jeez, now I gotta think about it.
I mean, just PAX in general for me, like that's just a broad answer, a broad
Yeah.
question. I enjoyed all of PAX, and I love everything about PAX. Nothing spectacular out of the ordinary happened to me that I'm just like, oh my god, this PAX made it an unforgettable PAX. So I just
Yeah.
have to say, just PAX in general, the entire experience is always a good one. So it's not like, oh man, this PAX was whack compared to last year. It wasn't even like that. It was just like, hey, yeah, no, it was a very fun PAX. Just nothing that not one particular thing actually sticks out in my mind that I'm like, oh man, I love PAX this year because of this. It's just I love PAX because just the overall experience. Salvador's. That's why I love PAX this year. Salvador's.
I think, yeah, I mean, I can agree. It was, as far as booths go, it wasn't as good as last year. I mean,
I can
Xbox
agree.
was better.
I
I'll say this:
I
Xbox
can-
was better than last year.
I can
Thank God.
I can completely agree with you. Xbox was way better than usual, and I didn't even go like in the Xbox booth. I loved what they were doing for the giveaway stuff. I thought that was really cool. I'm not a man of lines anymore. Like I'm like I'd rather not stand in lines. But for giving away stuff, I guess it is cool. And that's the tough part about being with a bunch of people. But that was a double shot. Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm always there. This year though, it frustrated me because they talk to you and they won't give it to you unless they talk to you, and that was frustrating. Normally they just have it out. So the talking to me thing, I was like, dude, you guys are not new. You guys have been around for years. You guys have been at every PAX for the last 6 years. I know who the hell you are. Please don't explain it to me. But what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about.
I don't know. I saw the 5 hour. So technically, Bosky, if it was a double shot, does that mean it's a 10-hour energy?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I know what I was talking about. So, the Xbox booth, I didn't get to go in there and stuff, but it looked really, really cool, and like I was really impressed. They had Sea of Thieves, they had it all hyped up and stuff. They didn't have the open PC area, which they made the open PC area the battlegrounds. I don't know how I felt about that, but I thought they like booth wise, they didn't go crazy. The swag has completely stopped. What has happened with all the swag? Where did all the swag go?
Digital.
Where's all the swag?
It went digital.
What the fuck?
They literally said that before. It's like your swag's now digital. I was like, what?
Like everyone, like I couldn't get anything good. Like normally I'm always walking out with like T-shirts and stuff. Nobody had T-shirts.
Right.
That was my favorite part. That was
was-
my favorite part of PAX was everyone had swag. Like you ran to booths. Like that was why I went to booths. Like the contests were insane. Like we had to ask people like, "Hey, you guys having a contest?" They're like, "Yeah, you just gotta sign up." Okay, well, what are you giving away?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sign up unless you're giving away something because you're gonna spam me with emails. I actually told somebody that. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna sign up for
Right.
anything. You're gonna spam me with emails." No,
Yeah.
we won't. Yeah, I already got
Yeah,
one.
okay. Oh my God. Actually, yeah. So I mean, the best thing I saw where they were just giving away things was at Bandai Namco. If you played Soul Calibur and then you took a picture with a guy that was dressed up as one of the characters, I forget which one he was. But if you did that and then you tweeted out Soul Calibur, you got a shirt.
If I knew that,
I
I would have definitely did it because like one of my favorite shirts is Gaming Life, and it looks like I can't remember the game, but it's like an 8-bit shirt, and it was by Logitech, and if you had to just take a picture near their with their display, and I did that, and that was one of my favorite shirts. That and I tapped that, and it's a keyboard shirt. That's
Nice.
those two shirts I wear a lot. But my entire T-shirt collection is all my shirts that I've gotten for free from PAX. Like it fills 2 drawers. Like all the T-shirts I've gotten from PAX fills 2 drawers. And I fold T-shirts pretty tight.
Nice.
Yeah. So like I miss that. Like I miss the T-shirts. I miss the swag. Like hats and stuff like that. But I get it. Like they stopped doing it because it cost them a lot of money. But they used to limit it
Right.
anyways. Like if you didn't come to the booth early, you didn't get any swag. But I love that. I love that limitability. And you know what they did? They changed it to fucking buttons. I don't want fucking buttons. Oh, pins. Pins. I don't want pins. Stop with this pin shit. Like the pin thing pisses me off so bad. It really does.
Oh my god, that's funny.
The pin thing really pisses me off. I hate the pins. I hate
You
them.
don't really?
I hate them. I hate them. I hate the
I mean, it's okay. I mean, if you're a pin person, obviously it's good. But like, if you're not a pin person, yeah, it can get bad.
98% of the human race is not a pin person.
Unless you go to PAX, I guess. But yeah, like it's what was it? The Switch? What did they give out?
AJ,
Oh, they gave out like one of those little bags at Nintendo.
AJ
after
was.
you were done with that.
I'm sorry, AJ. Is this your first year going to PAX? Because I know we ran into each other, but I thought you went to PAX last year. So are you saying like PAX and all is whack, or do you think that it was just this year that you felt like it was whack? Because I could have swore that you went last year, so I don't want to assume. No, this. But like that shit just pisses me off. Like the pin thing, like I'm just not a big fan. But you know what it is though, the people that do. Okay, all right, yeah. See, all right. So I still enjoy PAX, but it's because I create an experience. Like we stay out there. I go with a big group of guys, so we make PAX what we make PAX. So it's not PAX that does it itself. So, but I'm gonna tell you, AJ, like I somewhat agree with you that PAX is getting a little worse in the sense of trying to make it more fun. And yeah, see, that's what I thought. I do believe the fun factor is dropping, but I feel like they're just taking things away and replacing it with other stuff, and the other stuff they're replacing with, you're just kind of like, it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. All right. I think taking away the swag is one of the biggest things. But you know what it is? It's the people of PAX, the Penny Arcade, they love the fucking pins. Like, they love the pins,
Yes.
and they've talked about it, and they collect the pins. So that's why they keep doing the pin thing, and I just don't agree with the pin situation. Like, I just don't agree with the pin situation whatsoever. I don't like pins. And it's not like I hate pins. Like if someone was to give me a pin, I'd be like, oh, this is cool, and I'd take it. But I'm not going to go looking around for pins. Like not when they had better things. Like if they had pins from the beginning, completely different. But that's not the case. Like they had like a bunch of other shit, and it's just like in the bags too, giving out free months of Xbox Live to nothing.
To nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, they went digital,
Yeah.
which I guess saves money, but at the same time, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it was digital because it was cool to go into a line and like get your swag bag.
Yeah.
Like that's what I remember from going to my first one back in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I didn't even know about the swag bag and stuff. They're like, oh, we're going to line get swag bags. Like, oh, okay. And it was like some pretty cool stuff that was in there.
Yep.
And upping prices for ticket. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And but like, now they went like, oh, your swag is digital. I was like, but what? Like swag is digital. Like, well, first of all,
No
am I even
bueno.
gonna take the time
No
to go access it?
Yeah. Like I love PAX. I greatly enjoy PAX. I'm not gonna say I hate PAX. I absolutely love PAX. I want PAX to keep coming. It's still selling out, which is fantastic. But again, I make my own experience at PAX, so that's why I enjoy PAX. But for the people that don't like it, I get it. Like I completely get why you don't like PAX. Panels is a big important part to PAX too. I highly suggest going to good panels. Kind of Funny Games is definitely one of them. Major Nelson is another good one to go to. Like NVIDIA. When NVIDIA used to go, man, NVIDIA used to give out Titan X's for free. Like they used to hand out Titan X's. Like the PAX parties are really dope too. That's another thing that I love.
Yeah,
about PAX. All the
that's
PAX
one thing I
parties.
didn't do this year that I should do next year.
PAX parties are incredible. You
Yeah,
got to go with
'cause,
the right
like,
people too, though.
Yeah, there was a couple parties that I just that I didn't just go to because I know there was like an Acer party I didn't go to because I was just like, that was the day I got home back to the hotel at like 10 o'clock after spending 14 hours. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I just went right to bed.
Yeah.
But next year, I want to go to a couple parties. I think it'll be just walking around playing the fruit. I can see that.
I like the free play. We usually get drunk. We used to get drunk and then come back to PAX and then go play in the free room. And we got so much trouble. We never got yelled at. Like, just be like, we'd just be reckless though, and never got in trouble for it. We'd be like, this is freaking awesome. But they need to bring Rock Band back in the halls. I have a video footage, and I'll post it sometime, of a group of my friends playing Rock Band. Hammered. It was absolutely hilarious. And this dude that was dressed as Michael Jackson was dancing. He was their background dancer, so he was dancing while they were playing. It was insane. But like I said, like, you got to go with a good group of people and just try to have fun. The arcade room's pretty cool. I do enjoy the arcade room.
Yes, I agree. You definitely got to go with the group of people. Even if you go up a day early, like we did this year, like you can get up there, meet up with everybody, like go out, get some drinks, and then just prepare for the convention for the next, now 4 days.
Well, Thursday's our day to go up, and that used to be a day early, but I can't go up Wednesday. Like, that's just too early.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I don't know.
It worked
I don't know
out
if I'm
good.
going to do all 4 next year. Kind of on the fence about that, just because I got I have a lot of things that I want to do next year. It's just a matter of money.
I'm still debating E3 this year. Just saying.
I ain't got the time to go to E3 this year, which it's only 2 months away now.
Yeah, I know.
Literally
but
2 months away.
I feel like if I go to E3 though, like, it will take away from everything else for me. So as far as like being able to track it and follow it and watch it and stuff. So I'm not saying that I wouldn't go if I was given the opportunity. Not what I'm saying at all. But like, watching it, I feel like I can see more. So all right, I'm gonna use this in comparison. I love going to football games. Absolutely love going to football games. I way rather watch football on TV than go to a football game. The reason why is because you don't get to catch everything that's going on in the field, and 95% of the time you're on your phone to see what just happened. But I love the experience of football games. I love the experience. It's nothing like the experience at all. But if I'm trying to go to the football game to actually enjoy the football game, like, I want to see what's going on, like, going to the football game is not the way to do. I feel E3 is probably the same aspect. If you're trying to figure out everything that's going on, you're not going to be able to do it being there because it's just way too much going on, and you're so overwhelmed trying to do everything. So in that sense, it can be really tough at E3. So that's why when you're at home, it's just like you do everything at your own pace, and it's really cool. But I am experiencing E3 in person. I'm just saying.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen, and nothing's going to stop me.
Oh, my God.
Nothing.
Actually, I do have a funny PAX story.
Oh, please do share.
This does have to do with... Actually, this wasn't during the meet and greet with Elspeth. This was actually before.
Okay.
I hope Rizzuto's here because Rizzuto is a big Elspeth fan. So she was streaming at the Elgato booth that was upstairs, and me and Dwolin were actually talking to the guy to like figure out if we could actually stream on there, but apparently it was like invite or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. But they were selling the seats afterwards for like $75 because they had to sell them, and I was like, oh shit.
The Elgato booth that was going like before the entrance, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I just like Rizzuto's response. I had no clue what you're talking about with the Elspeth. But she was streaming up there, so we watched her for a little while. And she does her thing up there, and Dwolin goes over to her booth and subs to her right in front of her, like while she's streaming. And then she like looked over and she thanked him for, like she looked over at her screen, didn't realize that he was right in front of her doing it. So she's like, oh, Dwolin, thank you so much for the sub. He just goes up to her and goes, you're welcome. It says it right there. He goes, you're welcome. She looks around and she's like, oh, thank you so much. She got like all excited. I was like, oh my God. And then she did her elephant thing. I was like, oh I just sat there laughing because, like, we screwed her up playing Overwatch, and she ended up like dropping an F-bomb, and you weren't supposed to swear at the Elgato booth. I was like, oh my god.
Oops.
Yeah, Dwolin clipped it. It was so funny because, like, I didn't realize what she said afterwards, and I was like, oh my god.
That's so funny. That's
Like
so
right
funny.
in front of her, she's playing Overwatch, and you're like, you're welcome. Like, that's up to you.
Oh, I'm trying to remember her name. A couple years ago, my brother went as Scorpion, and
Yeah.
we were walking by the Twitch booths. And do you know who Puckett is? She's on Twitch, and so we're waiting in line to play, and I think it was Intel, and this girl, like, she blue hair, comes running up to us sitting down. She's like, "Excuse me," she's like, "Can I please take a picture with you?" Right? And she's like, my brother's like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." The Scorpion costume is on point, and yep, Puckett, yep. I'm pretty sure I'm probably butchering the name. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but I'm pronouncing it just how I see it because I'm a retard. But I'm sorry if that word offends anyone. I'm an idiot, not a retard. I'm an idiot. So she asks me she gives me the camera, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take the picture for you. So I took the picture, and then she runs off, right? So then I pay attention where she's going. She sits down, and she starts streaming. So I was like, I think she was a streamer. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then later on, my brother sends a thing in the chat, and it's her, right? And it's her going like this, the heart. I can't see it. The heart thing like this with him in the background. And she's doing the heart around him. I guess one of her favorite characters is like Scorpion, and she's bugging out. She left midstream. Like, this whole thing is recorded. Left midstream to come take a picture, and then she comes back. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna have Scorpion's baby." And I was just like, "Oh my." Like, this is all on stream. I'm like, oh my god. And I was like, this is serious shit. He's like, oh, I was like, dude, you're gonna get murdered for this.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was so funny. So funny. Good shit.
Oh, that's the clip.
Oh, is this the clip right here?
That Dwolin made, yeah.
Oh my god, Dwolin, thank you so much for that sub! Dude!
Oh geez, then the sound, I can hear it.
Ah, it's right there! Oh fuck, I'm about to die!
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. Wait. Sorry, I cursed. I'm really sorry. Wait a minute. Wait. You ready for this? Well, welcome back to the Stampede. Okay.
What the hell?
He just wanted to get out. He was like, no, don't do it. Don't make a big deal out of it. But I did anyway.
That's why she's trying to apologize. All right, so she's doing a couple things here at once. She's trying to apologize for cursing, right? And then
That's what's funny, because she went, oh fuck.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry.
Then she's trying to say Dolan like followed her, and then she realizes he's right there. That was just complete total chaos.
So many things happened at that. I was just like, I started dying because I didn't realize she yelled.
I've never seen someone with so many different emotions at once. She had chaos, concern, and happiness all in one. She's like apologizing, like truly sorry, and then that's funny. That was good. That's a good one. I like that.
She had like all the emotions at one point. I think she just missed like a couple.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Oh my god.
Good job, Dolan. Good job.
Good clip.
But was there anything else that you wanted to cover? Because we're pretty much on wrapping up time.
20. I mean, we've talked PAX the whole time. So
yeah.
PAX East was fun as always, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to do different. I mean, I got to do a couple. I met a few new friends this year, which was good. I did get to beat Elspeth again. But I didn't get to challenge her Mario Kart. I was supposed to do that.
Oh, that's okay.
Dun dun dun. No, it was whatever. But no, it was fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun. Took a lot of pictures. Pretty much got to play everything I wanted to play, including Code Vein. Yeah, fun year.
Yeah, no.
And I'm not doing the countdown.
Yeah.
Here yet.
Yeah, no, it's
Too early.
It comes.
Way too early.
It comes and it goes really fast, so it kind of stinks.
I thought even about joking about it, but I was like, no.
No, you're not
it's
gonna
too
do
far. It's way too far to even start doing. We are currently.
it. No. Well, we don't know an official date yet, anyway.
That's true.
So we just know like a roundabout time, but not official date.
Yeah, I know. It's just. Yeah, but and I went back to work Wednesday, and I messaged Dwell, and I'm like, so when's PAX East 2019 again? I was like, I'm already ready to go back. But no, I mean, the other thing that happens too is every time I leave there, it takes me a couple days to get over the PAX fever. But then afterwards, I'm like, shit, I get like motivated.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I start getting motivated. Like, what do I need to do now from this point to PAX 2019 to be better? So I mean, that's the goal, is to, be better than what we were going into this PAX this year.
Yeah, no, I mean that's my goal is always to try to be better than the last PAX.
Yeah.
Knock it off. My dog's
Same.
crying.
Are you yelling at your dogs again?
Yeah, I'm yelling at my dog because she wants to get out the crate, and I'm like, stop it. No one
poor
loves
puppy.
you. No one loves you. Just kidding. I love her to death. Yeah, so I mean that's it for our show today. I don't know if there was anything else that you would like to add on to there.
I mean, we didn't get any like gaming news, but we can get into that next week.
Yeah, we'll talk Xbox and what was going on with the gaming news, because there is some gaming news out there, so we'll talk about
Like
that next
Mega
week.
Man X.
Yep, that's coming out next week.
What? Mega Man X?
Oh no, no, I'm sorry, I lied.
Oh my god! If that was coming out next week, I'd be like,
No,
where's
wait,
my pre-order?
wait, Mega Man X Legacy Collection.
Are you looking this up?
I'm looking it up right now. Oh, this summer.
We
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Okay, no. I thought I
July
seen it.
24th.
Yeah, yep. You're right. All right, guys. Well, that's it for us tonight, and it was a good long show, good talks, post PAX, and we had another good year, and looking forward to next year. So until we catch you guys next week, that's it for us. So, and hopefully I'll have some good news for you guys next week. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. All right, guys. See y'all later. Peace.